Avak is an Armenian Christian who lived in Baghdad, and in 2003, after the US invasion, he began working as an independent contractor in the Green Zone, helping American companies obtain supplies from outside the Green Zone, and eventually started receiving death threats.
He was receiving threatening text messages on his cell phone, death threats. He went downstairs one day and found a bullet in an envelope on the windshield of his car.
A few weeks after that bullet was left on his car, in the middle of the night, he heard shooting going on in the street, and they hid under the bed for the rest of the night. In the morning, Avak went downstairs onto the street where he parks his car, and he saw that there were bullet holes in his windshield.
Also, Rita, his wife's parents' house was invaded, so they were really in very significant danger there.
In Avak's case, we argued that based on the sort of threats and harm that Avak and his family had experienced, and had a well-founded fear of suffering torture and persecution if they were returned because of being Christian, so because of their religion, because of their race, because they're Armenians, and because of their political opinion, because they definitely supported the U.S.
I can protect my family and feel more safe in my country because the situation is so bad. And the reason it's I'm working with the Green Zone, with the American United States people say it's recommended to go to United States, better for you and your family. You feel safe and your family is safe, your kids. I sold everything to coming to United States and traveling from Iraq to Kurdistan, after Kurdistan to somewhere in Europe, later in Mexico, in Tijuana. And when I crossed the border in San Diego and I asylum there, I applied for refugee.
It takes a lot of interviews and a lot of patience from the clients and the lawyers and the translator to go through all of that history, through 6 years of incidents, and to figure out what's really going to be important at the end of the day for the asylum application.
We reached out to experts. We received expert witness affidavits. We filed over 1,000 pages of country conditions evidence. It almost became like a running joke between the judge and Don Brown about, Mr. Brown, I hope you don't have anything more to file. And of course, we would have more to file. It was all about creating a foolproof case, which they ultimately succeeded in doing.
The last hearing with the immigration court, thanks God, the judge approved the case, asylum to stay in the United States.
Hearing the judge say asylum granted was enormously rewarding and relieving for me, for the other attorneys, for Avak and Rita. And then the judge said, and I'll never forget this, there was a big United States flag behind the judge, and he said, Mr. and Mrs. Avak, Miramosis, welcome to the United States. And he said, whenever I say that, I still get choked up.
Public Law Center exists to provide hope, to provide access, to provide justice to those in Orange County who are without. Every day we get clients coming into our office who are confused, they're afraid, they're lost. They don't understand how the legal system works. They don't understand what to do with the particular legal problem that they're faced with. We try to provide some clarity. We try to provide answers. We try to provide hope to those who are without. And every day we have volunteer lawyers who come to us wanting to provide help, wanting to get involved in the community, but they don't know where to turn. They don't know how to connect with those who need help. We provide that connection. We're the ones that match the tremendous resources of the private bar with those in tremendous need.
Public Law Center, bringing hope, access, and justice to Orange County's underserved.